Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Stars of VANR, coming to you live from the Waywalker Studios of Vegas All-Net Radio in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Aaron Phillips. Ricky Cash is here. Beth is behind the camera. Lawrence is on the board. And you, the listener, coming to you live from Studio 1A now, Waywalker Studio. It is time for the show where we lighten up the mood around here, Mr. Cash, and we share with the audience the shakers and movers of people who are involved directly or indirectly with Vegas All-Net Radio.
Wow, all in one sentence.
In one breath, no less.
Yes.
My English teacher would not be happy, as that was one long run-on sentence.
I like to see this show as Vegas infotainment at its best.
Yes. And today in our hot seat, a gentleman we've had on Vegas Unwrapped and actually has been a guest on a couple other shows here on our network, is a gentleman by the name of Evan Green. He is a co-founder of a nonprofit here in town called LVIPDining. It's a monthly dining club where you can join. Mr. Cash, even you can afford this for free. And you get all kinds of emails about the restaurants of the month that are involved with LVIPDining, and they send you coupons and everything else, and you really get to eat in some of the finest establishments around this town. But more importantly, the cause that LVIPDining has gotten involved with is an organization here in town that, in a way, almost doesn't need its own introduction because they are very well recognized not only locally but also across the country as probably the best-run food bank, and that's 3 Square Food Bank.
Absolutely, 3 Square is an amazing food bank, and like you said, they're a role model for the country.
Absolutely, and I love the way you tie in. I think your motto, Evan, is tremendous. You know, beat hunger, or what is it? It's 4 words.
Ending hunger with hunger.
Thank you. Ending hunger with hunger. You can't have it more simply said, because anybody who participates at the restaurants of the month that you feature, you just have to mention you're an LVIPDining member, and 3 meals get donated in your honor, right?
Exactly, and that's the entrepreneurial social venture part of LVIPDining. Is people dine out anyway, so let's use that activity to solve a major social issue in Las Vegas, and that social issue is childhood hunger.
Well, Mr. Cash can solve the hunger problem all by himself, right?
Just diet.
We've been blessed to participate in the events and organization almost since your inception. Your first event about a year ago was over Tivoli Village, where we did our first event there. And Ricky and I have been involved in emceeing and hosting the events with you and for you. And it's a great honor for us because one of the things that we've tried to do in our nearly 7 years of being on the air is to give back in the community in any way that we can. And whatever small part we're playing in ending hunger for us is just an extra, it's like sprinkles on the ice cream for us.
Yeah, well, great.
Keeping it in the food group.
Yeah, well, I had to. It was there, so
it makes it a lot easier when it is within the food groups.
Exactly.
And that is, my wife and I founded LVIPDining. We formally launched July 1st of last year. As you said, it was at Echo and Rig at Tivoli Village.
Right.
You and Ricky did an amazing job emceeing the event. Had 142 people there, and had a raffle, and just provided a whole bunch of meals for the kids, and the giving back aspect is huge. I think that's why you guys are so happy and fulfilled in life, because although we all have our own selfish concerns, if you want to have a truly fulfilling life of contentment, you gotta go beyond your own concerns.
And I know this past weekend you had an event, you had a coordinated effort at 3 Square and BCN to go up and pack some meals, and unfortunately I was under the weather over this past weekend. I'm battling a little bit of a sty in the eye, which has caused some problems, but it looked like you guys put together some 700 plus meals over the weekend.
Yeah, it was fabulous. So this was actually our first group activity event out at 3 Square. We had 45 people on the team. BCN was a huge part of that, and a couple great things that really touched my heart. First of all, most of the people of the 45 were first timers.
Well, that's great.
And if you've never been to 3 Square Food Bank, you're just in for a treat. It's gonna blow you away on many different levels. It's hard to describe described. You kind of have to go there to kind of see it, to appreciate it. And there's also some kids there. And, you know, when I was thinking for myself, I mean, I do love to give back, but I don't think I ever did a volunteer activity until I was an adult.
Wow.
And just knowing how that might impact a 10-year-old, 12-year-old, 16-year-old kid's life is huge. So we packed... it was a total of 14,400 pounds of food.
Jeez.
We put them in family bags of...
What's that, about 3 or 4 bulls?
Yeah.
It's a lot of food.
So I don't know how quick you guys would eat that
Not
food
that
up.
fast.
I don't know how quick you would, but that's going to feed 720 families for a week. In fact, that was on Saturday, and that food has already been delivered to their doorsteps through the partners that Three Square works with. That
was Evan. That was one of the questions I meant to ask you, like at the beginning. Once the food gets to Three Square, how does it get to the people?
Yeah, it's really a great question, and you know they call it a food bank. And it's not Three Square that's directly feeding the people. So what happens at a food bank is most of the food banks throughout the country belong to an umbrella organization called Feeding America.
Okay.
And food banks get their food through different sources. Some of it is food donations through corporate canned food drives. Some of it comes from the donations that come in, and they purchase food at pennies to the dollar through the Feeding America organization. And when I say pennies to the dollar, you know, a lot of this is great food. It might be a manufacturer, as an example, comes out with a new design for their packaging, and they have an instruction to get all of that old packaging off the shelf just for their branding.
So where are they going to send it?
Yeah.
They're going to send it to
Boom,
them.
right to the food bank at pennies to the dollar. Some of it is from grocery stores that donate the food that gets close to the expiration date. Most people don't know that the majority of states in America have laws that allow stores to sell food that's expired because it's perfectly good. But most stores won't do that because it would it would affect your
Especially
image.
Milk.
Yeah. No, maybe
I get
not
nervous
milk.
when I see my milk a day past the date I pour it out.
Exactly, but you know, a can of tuna fish. I don't know about you, but in my bachelor days, I'd keep it I'd measure it in decades how long that would stay in my cupboard.
I've been told that when you have a sell date, that let's say sell date was March 10th, that you really have up to March 17th to use it.
And it probably depends on the food item itself. Yeah. But that's how these food banks get their food. Most of the money that they get and the magic of a food bank is actually the logistics and the distribution.
Right.
So they Three Square's got a fleet of 20 some odd trucks. They send them out to the grocery stores. They send them out down to Riverside or California to pick up the fresh fruits and produce. 40% of the food that comes into Three Square is fruits and produce.
Wow.
And I don't know if you've noticed this, but there are no orange trees that orange orchards in Las Vegas.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's all brought in, and then Three Square kind of gets it organized, packs it up, and works through their network of partners, which would be faith-based organizations, schools, several hundred schools, community centers, senior centers, things of that nature. So they'll take those fleet of trucks and get that food out to their partners, and then it's their partners, the schools, the faith-based organizations,
do the individual distribution.
That do the individual distribution. Exactly.
It irritates me so much being a resident here for, it's over 20 years now, and to hear people say that Las Vegas is a selfish town, it doesn't support its people, it's transient, and there's no community service going on, and yet we hear about Three Square or Opportunity Village or Safe Nest, and I could keep on naming for the rest of the hour, and it amazes me that what a great job all of them are doing just to put a good light on this city and the people in this city. They do get definitely they're underrated.
No question. My wife Layla and I moved here in 2012. We didn't expect that, Ricky. I mean, we came from L.A. L.A. is kind of a do it yourself, what's in it for me kind of city.
Right.
And we were expecting, if anything, Vegas might be more extreme than that.
Right.
And we found out the exact opposite. And we really found that out through our involvement of LVIPDining, becoming members of BCN, joining the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce, getting involved with the community of Las Vegas, not the not the folks out on the street.
And that's what people don't know about Vegas. The community is very supportive of each other. And it's something that Ricky and I talk about all the time on Vegas Unwrapped is how giving our community is to others within the community. And we're not talking the Caesars Palaces making donations. We're talking, John and Jane Doe who are giving it of themselves for whatever the cause is to help out somebody else.
Yeah, like 8-year-olds.
Doing wigs for other kids with cancer.
Come on.
But the concept that you and Layla developed, and special shout out to Layla who couldn't join us today. She'll be on the next time though. We, like you say, when you talk about this to the groups, here it is, we're doing something we normally do a couple times a week anyway. We're spending the money at a restaurant. Okay, we're enjoying a meal. How hard is it to just simply turn to the server or the manager and say, look, I'm a member of LVIPDining. You're the restaurant of the month. So make sure that 6 meals, because you and your spouse are eating there, get targeted for 3 square. I mean, how hard is that to do? It's simple. It's painless. No extra costs. It's free to become a member of LVIPDining, and you're not spending any extra money to help support somebody else get 3 meals a day. How easy can it get?
It's a true no-brainer.
It is, and the only requirement, our programs are free to the restaurants, and they're also free to the residents. And our only requirement is that the restaurants offer our members an exclusive dining deal.
Right.
So it could be a discount, it could be a free dessert, it could be a gift when you go home.
Sure.
So you're actually even saving money at the same time.
Right. I mean, nothing gets better than that.
Evan, is there a list of restaurants that are part of the LVIP experience?
Our
That's
website
available. Is it on the website?
Well, what we're doing right now is a great question, and we're actually in the midst of expanding our offering. So we just started July 1st, and right now we have a Restaurant of the Month program. So there's one restaurant around town. It's typically a locally owned restaurant that's unique in nature that we feature each month. So that restaurant is listed on the website, as well as our past restaurants and maybe 1 or 2 of our upcoming restaurants. Our current Restaurant of the Month this month is Marrakesh, which is the Mediterranean Moroccan restaurant. It's a trip. In fact, Layla and I had dinner there last night. We just love it there. I mean, you talk about escaping from reality.
You had belly dancers and everything
Oh,
there?
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where are they located?
Yeah. They're located on Paradise near Flamingo.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's in a strip mall, but I'm telling you, they call it entering the tent. So when you walk into that restaurant, you are in a different world.
Wow.
It's more Moroccan than Morocco. You have left your worries behind.
There's
Wow.
another way to get there.
Yeah.
The Marrakesh Express.
We need to
Okay.
know more about that.
Take back one of your points for your good questions today, Mr. Cash.
Can't believe he doesn't know Marrakesh Express.
No, I'm sorry, I don't. I must have missed that movie.
Is that a movie?
Look it up.
Oh, my gosh.
Google it.
Oh, my gosh. Thank gosh for Google, huh?
The crickets have sounded. All right, with that crashing note, we're going to step aside for a break. We're going to step aside for first break. When we come back, we're going to learn more about Evan and Layla's background, kind of where they come from, what they did, what their thought processes are, and all kinds of good stuff as to what led them to doing LVIPDining. And, of course, our phone number, 702-483-4444. Coming to you live from the Waywalker studio at Vegas All Net Radio. Stars of VANR. More right after this. All right, welcome back. The Stars of VANR. I had to hesitate there because I almost said Vegas Unwrapped. Holy crap.
He does that occasionally.
I still say Thursday nights for
So do
Vegas
I.
Unwrapped, and it's
Don't
been a
feel
month
bad.
for crying out loud. Coming to you live from the Waywalker studio at Vegas All Net Radio. The best set of fantasy books, Waywalkers. Check it out, waywalkersguide.com. And a new book coming out April 5th or 6th?
5th.
Tuesday the 5th.
That's right.
Okay. All that information's on the website, so we want to thank them for getting involved with us here at the studio. We're visiting with Evan Green, co-founder of LVIPDining. Check them out online, LVIPDining.com. Some great restaurants that we've been at, Echo and Rig. We've been at Crave. Where else have we been at? Mundo's downtown, right? I remember there was one I missed.
Chicago Joe's.
That's the one I missed.
Yeah.
Chicago Joe's downtown. And what I like, they appear, you kind of touched on in the previous segment, local restaurants. So we're also helping a local business. We're not helping these chain restaurants. So I think that's another perk that I think needs to be mentioned, is that we're helping the local small business owner, the independent owner, not small, independent owner.
Exactly. That's dear to my heart. I'm a Main Street USA guy, and it's dear to my heart. And, we may work with a couple of others to, just provide more benefit to our members. But the essence of LVIP Dining is a local to
help the local
businesses, and exactly.
I think it's a great formula.
You left me at the beef skewers. So it came after them.
Oh my gosh!
At Marrakesh.
Oh. Yeah, they got the six-course.
So that was the third course
meal. They got the soup. They got the scampi with the delicious broth, the lemon flavor. They got the beef skewers. They got it's a chicken dish with couscous. I forget the exact name of the dish, but the chicken melts in your mouth. You pick up a chicken leg and all you're left with is the bone, because the meat is so tender it just fell off by itself. And they end with the classic Moroccan dessert, which is a pastry. I forget how to pronounce it. I wasn't born in Morocco. I wasn't born in Morocco. Give me a break. But I'll tell you what, Marrakesh does their own little touch to it. So it's delicious usually. They add banana and chocolate to it.
Oh boy.
And you eat it until your stomach explodes, and then there's still some to take home and try the next night. Yeah.
Wow.
What's disappointing for Mr. Phillips is because of its location, he will have to get a room on the Strip overnight to stay over.
That's right.
Because he doesn't go to the east side.
That's right.
You're right near the Tuscany, or a little down the street from the Hard Rock, if that's your style.
No, I got you. He and I just have this thing about locations. That's all.
Okay.
Bust my horns on. That's all.
Well, it's fun though.
Yeah. If I have to go down to Henderson, I leave the night before.
Yeah, that's our standard joke.
I live up at Cheyenne in 95. Geez, it takes me 6 days to get downtown. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back a little more in time. What we want to do is I want to give our audience a little bit of a feel of who you are behind the scenes of being just the co-founder of LVIP Dining. Let's go back a little bit. Let's give our listeners a little bit more of your background, where you're originally from, what kind of business you're in, all that sort of. And Layla too. Let's talk about Layla and let the audience know about your wife and co-founder.
Yeah, great. Layla and I, we're both, like we said, we're Main Street folks.
Sure.
We really believe in American entrepreneurialism. I founded 31 years ago. Time goes fast. I founded 31 years ago an outsourcing company. It's called Personiv.
Okay.
We do graphic design. We do voice programs. We do recruitment services. A whole variety of things. Layla has a successful skincare business, hair removal, other things, facials and so forth. And we moved to Las Vegas in 2012. One of the reasons that brought us here is we love the vitality of the city. We're late night owls. We are not up at 6 a.m. like you, Aaron. If we are up at 6 a.m., it's because we did not go to bed yet.
Great. I remember those days. I just called them college. That was about it for me.
Yeah. So we really love the entertainment, the late night aspect, the dining out, the energy, and we always enjoyed the restaurants in Vegas. And as we moved here, we got more familiar with the issue of hunger and childhood hunger. And frankly, I wasn't aware of this issue, that it really occurred much anywhere in the United States, let alone Las Vegas. And we came to find out that it not only occurs throughout the United States, that it's quite accentuated in Las Vegas.
What are some of the stats about our situation here? I'm sure you probably know some of them.
Yeah, in the Southern Nevada area, 1 out of 6 people face food insecurity. And what that means, it's not like Afghanistan or Yemen, where people are dropping dead and starving to death. But you got to imagine if you're hungry, it could be, and it doesn't mean you're unemployed necessarily. In fact, quite often it doesn't mean that. You could be a family of 5. Maybe you've got one person working in the family. You've got a crisis that comes up, a medical emergency, a car breakdown, and now you're
Scrambling.
You're scrambling. You got to pay your rent or your electric bill. You
Potatoes, rice, and ramen.
There you go.
Becomes the diet of those that are, poor. Below the standard that we're all supposed to be at. You mentioned Afghanistan. I'm thinking Appalachia. There's still the pocket in America where, these kids are starving to death.
Yeah, I mean, they really are. And like you say, you're going to impact food choices. Unfortunately, a lot of times that food choice comes down to junk food. It's cheap and readily available. Even if it is potatoes and ramen, it's not a balanced nutritional diet. And it has a huge impact of the roughly 300,000 people around Southern Nevada who do face food insecurity. About 40% of those, about 138,000, are children. And you got to get, if you're a kid, this is life-altering if you're hungry, because it's not that you're just hungry today and then you resolve that problem tomorrow. It's going to affect your physical development, your cognitive development. It's going to impact your ability to learn in school. It could, lead to higher rates of illiteracy. It could lead to emotional issues. So, these are really critical years for a child, and that really that child's whole future.
Is there an average age of child that falls into a bracket that is suffering the most over a different age group?
Great question. I don't know. I mean, it is widespread amongst children. It's actually gone up in Clark County School District. It was 58% last year. Wow. It's over 60%
of the students.
Of the Clark County school student body require free or subsidized meals for proper nutrition.
So about half of the students in Clark County.
Yeah, it's even more than half.
Are on some sort of supplemental food plan, or are hungry.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's either breakfast, lunch, or both. You have to have it. Even some of the quote better schools still have students that come from lower socioeconomic situations, and they have to get something to eat.
Exactly. In fact, the school the school season is a blessing, because from a logistics viewpoint, every Monday through Friday,
they're in one location.
During summer, the number of meals that get provided to kids goes way down, because it's not that the number of meals aren't necessarily available to provide the kids, but how do you find the kids?
Right.
Community pools.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. In fact, Three Square has some of their partners have mobile vans and trucks, and that's been a successful strategy. Some of the issue is education. There are we call it SNAP now, which is the old food stamps. It's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. A lot of people who might qualify for that aren't even aware that it's available.
Right.
And if they are aware, they don't know how to actually apply for it. So some of what Three Square does is educate the public about those opportunities to help with their food issues.
Do you go into the schools and do, or have you thought about this? I know it's primarily you and Layla, but future development, going into the classrooms or doing presentations in the multipurpose rooms about the situation, about hunger, about the SNAP program, inviting the parents to come down, that sort of thing. Any thoughts about that?
You got my wheels turning now, Aaron. You got my wheels turning.
I guess there was until I suggested it.
Yeah, and what comes to mind, because I haven't thought about that, and there could be some great opportunities. I saw a video on the internet. This was a student. It was on national TV, not from the Las Vegas area, but if this is happening as a kid in Maryland,
could
you can be darn
anywhere.
sure it's happening a lot of places, including Las Vegas. And the boy went to his teacher one morning before class and said he was hungry, and the teacher was really sharp, so she knew that if Michael is saying this. She knew there's probably a bunch of kids in the class that are hungry that haven't had the courage to say that. And she didn't want Michael to feel singled out. So the next day and for every day thereafter, she brought snacks for all the kids. And she was really surprised how many of the kids acknowledged after Michael came up to her that they were also hungry. And there's a lot of things at play. Yeah, there's a lot of things at play. And one of the neat things about Three Square is they've got the infrastructure in place. It's like a solvable problem.
Right.
I don't know how you solve peace in the Middle East. I really don't. But this hunger issue, it's a big problem, but it's a solvable problem.
Feed them. Let me ask you another quickie here. Excuse me, Aaron.
Go ahead.
About a month ago in the news, Evan, there was I don't know, I don't believe it was Three Square, but I do believe that there are other food banks in the city, and they kept getting broken into, and they had to shut it down. Do you recall something along those lines about a month ago?
I'm not familiar with that. If that was the case, there are Three Square is the only food bank in Southern Nevada.
Well, maybe a food storage facility.
This would be
I don't know.
potentially one of their partners.
Okay.
Where they might be delivering food, and then there could be I mean, there's certainly some economic value to it, but it could also be for people who are hungry and don't know. But I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, it was about a month ago in the news. I'd have to pull it up and recall it myself.
Three Square, and I know part of the plan, and I've heard you mention this in the past. What are they, 35,000 square foot facility roughly? Is that what I've heard the numbers? Am I right on that?
I was just there and I heard the number on Saturday. I think it's over 100,000 square feet.
Really? It's that big?
There's two big buildings.
Okay. I don't know why I
believe
it was less, but okay, 100,000, 50.
Yeah, there's two big buildings.
And their goal, and again, this information I'm kind of refreshing from hearing you speak about it, is to basically, at least here, within 5 years, to eliminate this problem for hunger in the Las Vegas area or Nevada.
Exactly. The tagline for Three Square is "Together we can feed everyone." So hunger will never be "quote unquote" handled. Like, okay, now hunger's gone and we can move on to the next problem. But there's a group of people. It could be seniors. It could be those that are disabled that may require food assistance, ongoingly, potentially for the rest of their life. Yeah, and there's always new people who come into the system. They're out, run out of luck in a particular situation. They get pink slip or something. But the goal is to end hunger by having the systems, the structure, the education in place that everybody who requires food assistance gets it.
And what Three Square's doing is becoming a model for other food banks across the country, right?
No question. And it's inspiring. They were established in 2007, so they're only in their 9th year, and they're the fastest growing food bank in the nation, and I believe they're on the way to becoming the largest. Potentially this year, they were the second largest last year.
It's interesting because years ago, and we're going to go to break right after this. Years ago, the emphasis on feeding was not on children, it was on seniors. Do you remember Meals on Wheels and other things like that? But it's really taken a complete 180, and now we are looking at the youth because that is something that's, not that it's just recently happened, but it's recently been focused on. And of course, that's a wonderful thing.
And yet, you hear on the other side of the fence the stories of childhood obesity. So it's almost like a catch-22, one side or the other, where we're going to solve the issue. And obviously here in Las Vegas, we have a bigger issue we need to take care of. All right, we're going to come back on the other side of the break. More with Evan, more with LVIP Dining, and what he's got coming up later on this month for the next event for LVIP Dining. We'll be back right after this.
You know that chick that used to dance a lot every night?
All right, welcome back.
We were just discussing some worthy and unworthy things that are going to be brought to you on Wednesday night.
There you go. Stars of VANR coming to you from the Waywalker Studio at Vegas. All Net Radio. The famed pig farm here in Las Vegas is on the move, apparently. The owner's putting up his acreage and land, 152 acres or some ridiculous number, putting up for sale. He's going to be relocating somewhere in northern Nevada, I think.
Still in North Las Vegas, but further away. according to what I read this morning.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Northern Nevada. Okay, well, that's cool.
Again, we will be discussing that on Wednesday night.
That's right. Anyway, welcome back. Evan Green, co-founder of LVIPDining.com, is live in the hot seat in studio with us today, talking about his organization, the benefits that Three Square is getting from what he does, which in turn benefits our hungry children in the valley here. You have an event coming up this month. Usually you do monthly events to help raise some funding as well. So talk about what you have coming up this month.
Yeah, it's coming up in about 30 days. So it's actually on April 6th.
Oh, April 6th.
Yeah, so it's on April 6th, which is we call it our Ending Hunger with Hunger dinner show event. Mm-hmm. It's going to be at Oscar's downtown, the great steakhouse.
Is Oscar himself going to be there?
You know, his schedule is indefinite right now, so we are hoping for a surprise appearance, but we can't make any promises.
What day of the week is that?
It's a Wednesday.
Wednesday evening, and he's both him and the mayor, Carolyn Goodman, are really supporting our event and our cause, and we're really, really grateful for that. Mm-hmm. So it's a dinner show event. We've got a special guest performer, Larry Glenn Anderson, who is a singer, entertainer, and voice impressionist. He does over 150 voices, including Elvis and Sinatra and Johnny Ray. And so we're really excited about that. We're going to be auctioning some very cool prizes, and 100% of the raffle proceeds will be benefiting Three Square for feeding the hungry right here in Southern Nevada. Mm-hmm. And a portion of all ticket sales will also be benefiting Three Square. It's $80 per person. It'll be an exciting event. Seating's limited, so if you want to get your tickets, get them sooner rather than later.
And they can get tickets how?
Right on our website, LVIPDining.com. On the homepage is a little overview of the event. It clicks a link to buy tickets here, and it'll take you to our landing page, which is an Eventbrite landing page.
Mm-hmm. All right, very cool. So $80 per person. Dinner, what time?
It's from 6:30 to 9 in the evening, Wednesday, April 6th at Oscar's downtown at the Plaza Hotel and Casino.
Very cool. So Wednesday, April 6th. Should be a lot of fun. Sounds like a format we haven't had before, so it should be entertaining. It would be kind of cool, a little different.
Yeah, will we? We've never had a dinner show format before.
Right.
It'll be terrific, so we're excited about it, and we want to keep bringing some new things to the community to expand the breadth and the reach and feed more kids.
Right. Well, should be fun. Going to see if the wife is willing to head down there on a Wednesday night.
Especially with Vegas Unwrapped right in the middle of that. Maybe we'll do a live remote.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We have a show Wednesday night, don't we?
Yeah.
We'll have to figure something out.
We'll figure something. We always do.
We always do. Maybe we'll just rerun a show that night.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
It's in April. We have no plans for April yet.
No, definitely not.
All right, so that's cool. So that's April 6th. And is Oscar's going to be the restaurant of the month for April? Is that kind of why you're having it there?
Exactly. So Oscar's is going to be our April restaurant of the month, which is neat. You know, it's an iconic restaurant of the city. They got the cool bar scene, the beautiful main dining room, and there's we're going to be having our event in their simpatico room, which is a true old school kind of.
Is that the room that overlooks the street too?
The room that overlooks the street with the domed
that's their
glass
regular restaurant.
is the main dining room.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we're going to be in the simpatico room, which is it's a really cool environment if you like that, like an old school tap room, cigar smoking.
If you like prime rib, boy, that's a great place to get it.
Now, is there going to be a set menu for that night, or is it order off the menu?
It's a set menu, but we're going to have lots of choices. So it's a 3-course meal. The entree choices are going to include a filet mignon, blackened salmon, a chicken artichoke dish, and for the vegetarians, we'll have a vegetarian dish as well, and it comes with dessert. There you go. There you
go. Great. Soy turkey. There you go. No, it sounds like it'll be. Is there a particular attire? Obviously, no jeans. I would think business casual.
Yeah, we do a business casual. If you know my wife, she'll be dressed a little bit beyond business casual, and if you come in jeans, you're going to be welcome as well.
Okay. Just no holes in the pants, other than where you put your legs in. That's about it. So. All right, so that's cool. So mark your calendars, get your tickets, go onto the website, LVIPDining.com. How far in advance do you book the restaurants? I mean, I know you're always scouting for restaurants, but do you have May? Do you have June? How far in advance do you kind of scout your restaurants?
It's a great question, and this is the most we've had in advance. We even have May. We even have May set up already. We've got May set up. Which should I tell
well,
us?
sure,
If you want to give us a
promise? If I tell you, Aaron,
I won't
and if
tell
I tell
anybody.
you, Ricky,
Promise.
will you promise not to tell
It
anyone?
goes no
Not
further
even
than
your
these microphones.
Significant others.
Nope.
Okay. So the restaurant for May is Panavino.
Okay.
Which is it's near the town center across from the airport.
Yep.
Beautiful Italian local restaurant. Gorgeous view of the airport.
Is it in town center?
Not in town center, kind of across on on Sunset there. Yeah,
Gotcha.
the
Gotcha.
actual address is Antonio Drive, but
it's off Sunset.
Yeah.
Okay, I know where it is.
yeah, exactly. So
I may not even need a hotel for that one. It's right on the border, so I should be okay.
And closely. Yeah, we're gonna get back to our cocktail party format in May, which is gonna be Wednesday, May 25th at Panavino.
Very cool. All right,
Yeah.
so see, we got a scoop here on Stars.
And then
of
I'm
the
gonna even
A&R.
give you a little bit about June, because June is 3 squares a month to have their restaurant week. You know,
Okay.
it's about a 10, 12-day period where there'll be about 150 restaurants throughout the city that will be participating in Restaurant Week. And when you go to one of those restaurants and you order from the special menu, a particular donation for your meal will go to 3 Square. And then we're going to really, instead of featuring a restaurant in June, we're going to kind of really promote all of Restaurant
very
Week
cool.
for 3 Square.
And
Nice way to end the year of their existence.
Well, I was just going to say, then come July, that's your 1-year anniversary. I'm sure you'll have something special planned for that.
Yeah, July is going to be, and for our 1-year anniversary, we don't know the restaurant yet, but we are having a whole new launch. And this came out of it's either your fault or your credit,
Great.
Aaron.
Oh, was this from the mastermind thing?
Exactly. We did a mastermind session at BCN, Business Connections Network, where I brought forth the issue of we want to expand the breadth of LVIP Dining's programs to the community in a way that really, makes sense for the community. And so we had 35 people there who were just average community members, superstars, but, members of the community. And we came up with the concept of an ending hunger dining card. So our LVIP Dining memberships will always be free to the residents of Nevada. And we're coming up with an optional ending hunger dining card that you could purchase for $25. When you purchase that card, we immediately provide 25 meals to hungry kids throughout the Southern Nevada area. And then it's beyond the one restaurant we feature each month. For the people who purchase the Ending Hunger Dining card, we're going to have a group of restaurants. We want to start out with a dozen or so, grow it to over 100. And those are ongoing restaurants that you can dine at, get a exclusive dining deal from that restaurant, and know that by being an Ending Hunger Dining card member, you're helping childhood hunger even more than being a regular member of LVIP.
How many members are signed up on LVIP Dining right now?
We're over 2,200 members.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I used to know the exact number. When it was 100, when it was 124.
I remember there was a time Layla used to call everybody and thank them for the membership.
She did. That was our Echo and Rig event. She called about 600 people, and she had some great conversations.
Yeah.
And I don't think we'll be doing that.
No,
this
not
time.
with 2,200 people. It's a lot of dialing, even if it's push button. So, well, it's great to hear that the new format will be coming out in July. I think that's great, and that the suggestions on that day that we did the mastermind group one hit home for you to take it to the next level.
Yeah, it really did, and we think it's just a great next step to expand the breadth and how many kids we can feed each year, and to give more benefits to our members.
Right.
We're gunning for 100,000 plus meals to hungry kids this year.
Nice. Very, very nice.
Now, what's nice is what's additionally nice is every event that we've done, the amount of meals that are been donated keep going up. And I think that's a great standard. The last one we did at Crave, I think if memory serves, was some 27,000 meals. Is that right?
It was from the one Crave event. It was 5,454.
Okay.
For all of
Oh.
2015, which was a half of a year.
Right.
Because we started July 1st, we provided 27,615
Gotcha.
meals.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Got the,
I've
got the
also
events mixed
noticed
up.
that the money raised, at least the ones we've been involved in, where we've run the raffle, the money that's been raised each time has gotten larger and larger.
It has. You guys are the MC raffle masters.
because we're arm twisting. I like the auction part. I had a lot of
like
fun
the
with the
auction
auction.
part too.
I had a lot of fun with that.
The auction was awesome. I was a personal benefit because the gentleman who bought the home cooked dinner
Right.
for paella dinner for 4 invited Layla and I. We just had that.
Okay.
We had that on Wednesday. That's Oscar Sanchez
yeah,
from Oscar
absolutely.
Catering. Best paella on planet Earth, and he provided a cooking lesson that I paid a little attention to. I was just in awe of how quick he could mince and dice vegetables. But Layla and some of the others were really asking a lot of questions to hone their own cooking skills.
Right, and Oscar is still participating with LVIP Dining. So if you do an event with him, he still donates back, right?
Exactly. He's going to be part of our Ending Hunger dining card program, which is awesome, and he's going to be donating another paella dinner for 4 at our upcoming Oscar event. So we're excited about
Good.
that.
All right, we're going to step aside for our last break of the show. When we come back, if he thinks he's had the hard questions thus far, wait till he gets the last set of questions on the other side of the break. Ha ha!
Everybody smiles because they know what's coming.
Stars of VANR will be back with more right after this.
Man, when I tell you she was cool, she was red hot. I mean, she was.
All right, welcome back. The stars of VANR. My family kills me. They send me these text messages. I really wonder about them. So yesterday, and I'm just going to digress here for a second just to lighten the mood here. Not that it's a bad mood, but Robin and I were discussing yesterday, we need new bath towels, okay? You know, I can't use, I need the sheets, you know, for my size. So I told her yesterday, after school, go to Walmart, take my card, go get a couple of towels, right? Now, she's not feeling 100%, so I'll give her a small benefit of the doubt. She sends me a text. What am I going to Walmart for? I mean, are you kidding me? Jeez, I know she's had a rough time, but my goodness gracious. But anyway, all right, here you go. So this part of the show is where we really dive into allowing our listeners to even get a more personal picture of who Evan Green is, okay?
Kind of like your likes and dislikes.
Yeah, exactly. On things that you probably really haven't thought of in a long time, but we're going to try to get them out of you anyway, okay? So for instance,
You see me sweating.
No, don't
already?
sweat.
You
Don't
see me
sweat. No, I've-
fidgeting and sweating.
we've had nobody run out of the studio with their head on fire with these questions, so you're safe. So the first
Trump
question,
might run out.
So the first question is, who's your favorite all-time actor?
My favorite all-time actor. What comes to mind, I'm just going to say it.
Say it.
John Travolta.
John Travolta.
Yeah.
Why is that?
You know, I'm 54, so
Okay.
I got into
Tony
him at
Manero.
Welcome Back, Kotter.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was in high school, college as he went through from Grease
Okay.
to the Urban Cowboy.
Oh, boy.
And then you see him in Pulp Fiction.
Oh, you see the progression.
And there's just so many different roles, and I was really into the the Grease and the Urban Cowboy
right.
thing. So he kind of caught me when my mind was developing.
I have to say, I think that's the first John Travolta answer we've gotten. Actually, he's actually appearing in a show right now on Fox. It's The People versus OJ. They have this television series about
wow.
OJ and everything, and he's playing not Johnny Cochran, Robert Shapiro.
Oh my gosh!
Phew.
Wow.
Doing a
Yeah.
really, really good job.
Interesting role to say the least.
So he did do a good job. You've seen it, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's still on.
Watching
It's still on. I don't know how long it's for.
I think
but,
it's
but I got to imagine at
either
least
10 or 12 episodes.
10. What is that? 10 episodes?
10.
Obviously, we know the outcome, but it's like watching the Titanic movie. You know,
Yeah.
you still got to watch it. All right, who's your favorite actress?
My favorite actress. My favorite actress, the one that just comes to mind, is Meg Ryan.
That's all right. That's a cute one. That's good.
You know, it's that down to earth quality. Obviously, a great actress, plays different kinds of role. Sally Fields is close. That Smokey and the Bandit. You know,
Where she's changing in the back of the car out of the wedding dress.
She's a close second. I'm going
Yeah.
to go with Meg Ryan.
She was always cute.
yeah,
Sally
yeah.
Field, wasn't she? I mean,
The little flying nun.
yeah, exactly. All right.
I'm still waiting for somebody to say Linda Lovelace. That's my favorite actress.
There you go.
Probably be somebody from, well, Mississippi.
What's your favorite all-time movie that you have to drop everything for to see because it's on television?
Favorite
Or HBO
all-time
or-
movie? Oh my gosh, I'm not a big movie guy.
Okay.
Just a couple that popped to mind.
Sure.
E.T. just touched my heart. You know,
Okay,
I mean, if
sure.
that was on tonight, I'd figure out how to watch it again.
That's the question.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go with E.T., but I'm not a major movie
Okay,
guy.
no problem. What is your all-time favorite car that you'd love to see parked in your driveway someday?
To see it or to be in
Well,
my
to
own
have
car?
it, to be in your
have it?
driveway to use.
Oh boy, that's a good question. I wouldn't want to own. There's a neighbor of mine has an amazing brand new red Corvette with black chrome. I mean, I just every time I walk past it, I stop for about 30 seconds and it's like a
Admire
piece
it.
of art. Now I've driven in a Corvette and I'm
Right.
a little bit short. I mean, I feel like my butt's on the
Right.
on the asphalt and I can barely see over the hood. So I wouldn't want to own that one.
Right.
But that sticks out as a piece of art.
Okay.
I'm not a snobby guy, but I do love that new Bentley. Those
Okay.
new Bentley but I wouldn't want to own one because I don't like to worry about
Gotcha.
stuff, and I'd have to
Gotcha.
constantly worry
That's
about
right.
it.
Parked by yourself. Won't
Yeah.
take it to the food store.
Somebody dings it, and
That's
you want to
right.
commit murder.
Yeah, as you see the cart coming towards
That's
it,
right.
you're going in slow motion.
That's right.
No.
You never get there fast enough. What's your favorite genre of music that you like to listen to?
Yeah, I'm a '70s guy, so that's
Mm-hmm.
going to be your I don't know if you call it your classic rock, but it's your Eagles, your Steely
Right.
Dan, your
Okay.
Elton John, your Billy Joel.
Gotcha.
What do you call that classic rock?
Yeah,
or-
it's classic rock.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
a little
that's
Kiss
me.
mixed in there.
Oh,
A little
yeah.
Boston. You said Boston.
yeah.
Rush.
There
Queen.
you go, Queen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Very good. What's your favorite curse word?
Oh boy, this is the last frontier of free speech,
You can
isn't
say it, absolutely.
This is the last frontier of free speech.
Yeah, the one
It's
you
gotta
use.
be,
The one
go
you use a
fuck
lot.
yourself.
Nice.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. So the flip side, Taz, what's your least favorite curse word? That when you hear somebody say it, just kind of curdles your
Makes
blood.
you cringe.
It would be. Let me think what that is. It's the word where someone's trying to be politically correct. Like gosh darn it.
Oh, okay.
And it's
Where
like,
they
come
wanna-
on,
right, okay.
come on, just say,
Dagnabbit.
fuck you. Just say, go take a, just say,
get it out.
Get it out. Say what you really want to say. Just don't do me a gosh darn it.
Oh, dagnabbit. Shut the front door. All right. Last one.
No, two more.
What did I miss before the last one?
The one.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. If you weren't doing what you do today for LVIP Dining, what career or occupation would you have liked to have tried? Or still like to try maybe someday?
Yeah, it's a neat question. I caddied as a PGA golf tour,
Really?
and on the women's tour as well. It'd kind of almost be fun to revisit that.
Okay.
In today's world,
Did you do Jan Stevenson or?
I had a little incident with Jan Stevenson.
We'll have to save that story
we'll
for
save
another
that
show.
story for another one.
worry.
But I do love entrepreneur. I love taking ideas and getting them off
Sure.
the ground. So social entrepreneurialism is my heart.
Okay.
If I'm gonna put in time and energy, let's help out a disadvantaged group at the same time.
Last question. We'll get you off the hot seat. The day comes when you're standing at the pearly gates, and whatever entity or form that you believe in is there to greet you. What is it you hope that they say to you upon entering heaven?
Thank you for being with us and making our planet a better place.
There you go. Evan Green, co-founder of LVIP Dining. Check it out, lvipdining.com. Check out the event. Get your tickets for April 6th. Help make a difference for kids here in the Valley. Help support 3 Square. 1 meal equals 3. Ending hunger with hunger. Next week on Stars of VANR, I have no idea until I check the schedule. But join us this Wednesday for Vegas Unwrapped because we have a pretty busy schedule. Nina 10 from Spotlight on Vegas Business. And I know there's one other person in there, but because I'm being rushed by Lawrence, I can't think of who it is.
No problem.
Have a great week, everybody, from Stars of VANR. Mr. Cash, be kind to each other. Why is that?
We're all we have.
Have a great week, everybody. Take care from Stars of VANR.